Welcome to State of Tech, Synechron's innovation podcast. Synechron is a leading global digital transformation consulting firm focused on financial services and big technology organizations. Our State of Tech podcast hosts subject matter experts and business leaders as they explore emerging technologies, industry insights, innovation trends, and more. Let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome to the latest edition of Synechron's State of Tech podcast series, where we ignite conversations that matter. I'm Saamia Ibrahim, and I'll be your host as we get ready to explore the key tech trends shaping the future of business. Today, we're joined by David Sewell, Chief Technology Officer at Synechron, who brings over 3 decades of experience in technology and application architecture. David will share his insights on the technology trends we should watch out for in 2024. Welcome, David. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. It's very good to be here.
David, as we look towards 2024, what emerging technology trends do you see as game changers for businesses, and why these in particular?
So there's many aspects of technology in our industry that are becoming game changers. There's an obvious one, GenAI, which is coming up, which I'll talk about in a minute. One of the other big ones that's coming around is blockchain. That's been around for a long time, but now we're seeing it more within the mainstream. So we're seeing central banks using the technology now to create digital currencies. We're seeing a lot more testing of data and monetary transfers using blockchain technologies. And that's definitely going to become a mainstream game changer, I think, in the industry. Another one that we're seeing is in the struggle to kind of make use of cloud and make use of DevOps and agility within those environments. They're now looking at things like platform engineering to try and create an efficiency environment where developers can easily and quickly build platforms, deliver solutions, and actually get some of the agile benefits that were promised by cloud and haven't seen delivered. And then another one that we've talked about for a long time, we haven't seen any benefits from, is quantum computing. And that's not necessarily going to come in the immediate future, but now starting to see a lot more activity around it. And if it does come in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be a very significant game changer for everything within our world in terms of risk management, security. There's going to be a lot of changes to the way we manage technology. So then we come to the big one, generative AI. And we've seen an explosion over the last 12 months at least. And that's really going to change dramatically the way that we use technology, how we use AI type technologies to augment our business processes, improve efficiency across the organizations, and generally get some better efficiencies across technology and business.
That sounds fascinating. And it looks like these technologies will not only change the way we work, but also how we interact with the world around us. So given this rapid evolution, how should companies align their tech initiatives with their broader business goals to better leverage the recent AI technology boom?
Well, that's the big question I think everyone is asking. They understand the benefits from that technology, but understanding how to leverage it for the benefit of the business is one of the key challenges. And I think we're seeing a lot of people looking at the complexity of the technology, but we think that some of the biggest benefits you can get is by just making the technology available through simple tools like chat interfaces. Just enabling people to get access to chat suddenly gives them a boost in their productivity and efficiency. And we've certainly seen a lot of that across our own organization, enabling our own non-technology organizations to access the chat tools, helps them within their day-to-day work, creates opportunities to come up with new ideas, be creative, or just be more efficient in the way they handle documents and analyze documents. We're also seeing some very specialized use cases as well. So things like optimizing customer experiences using chatbots, looking at how we improve our developer efficiency, creating tools specifically for developers to augment them in development of code or testing. We've got products like Copilot for Microsoft, but we've also got our own internal tools like Nexus Codify, which help us accelerate the development process without having to go outside our network. And then within business efficiency and business gains, things like the Nexus Amplify tool, where we're allowing our clients to automate the process of developing product, client presentations, pitch decks, those sorts of things. We're seeing efficiency gains from taking things like 2 to 3 weeks maybe to produce a presentation down to 2 to 3 days, which is a huge efficiency gain. So helping clients leverage the AI in specialized areas like that gives them an efficiency gain. But I think one of the biggest benefits they'll get is from just enabling their people to have access to the technology through chat interfaces.
Right. So the possibilities do seem endless. And I think the key that you've mentioned is to strike the right balance. Just speaking a bit more about this, with these technology advancements, what challenges and opportunities do you foresee for businesses in adapting to these changes?
Yes, so there's many challenges. Several of them are related to kind of the risks. We know there's a lot of issues and a lot of talk in the industry around the risks of introducing this technology. That's one of the challenges that we have to work with our clients and help them understand what are the risks. How do you implement the technology safely and securely within your risk profile and within your compliance obligations? One of the other areas I think that there are challenges is around skills. This is a new technology. Finding AI skills in the marketplace is becoming a challenge. people that understand the AI technology, but there's also new skills that have come out of the development of generative AI, the kind of prompt engineering type skills, understanding how to connect and how to communicate with these AIs to get the most out of them. And then finally, I think it's just the pace of change. We've got a very rapidly growing piece of technology that is changing our world, and it's constantly updating, constantly being renewed. So people are building products, and then the creators of the AIs change the AI or update the AI. So trying to keep up with that pace of change is a challenge.
That's very interesting, especially the focus on adaptation and agility. David, can you talk to us a little bit more about data management and analytics, which are becoming increasingly important? In your view, what key developments in this area should businesses prepare for?
Yeah, no, and I think obviously data is a key part of the AI journey as well, but we've seen a long journey with data architecture and data strategy over the last few years. And one of the challenges people have asked is trying to make their data more accessible and more usable. And that's both for their traditional analytics kind of business or for the AI. And there's a lot of people recently looking at things like data mesh, data fabric, and the architectures and concepts associated with those things. We're seeing a change in three areas, I guess, related to the data architecture, where we think the concept of data products, which really comes out of the data mesh concept, is still going to survive. But we're seeing that people are not necessarily being successful implementing some of the architecture of data mesh technologies. So they're going to look at combining things like Fabric with the data mesh technologies. So they keep the idea of product, but they use other technologies like data abstraction and data fabric to implement the solutions. And then finally, data management, where we've seen the growth in the governance of data as they introduce these new technologies. And one of the areas we think AI could help is within that data management area, where it could help automate the quality controls and compliance of data throughout their systems.
I think the conversation about data compliance leads us very well to our final topic. Considering the pace of technological innovation, how can businesses ensure they remain agile yet maintain a focus on security and compliance?
As all of these technologies are changing, there's a constant struggle to maintain security compliance as we're introducing new technologies, introducing the faster pace of change across the organization. And one of the areas that we're seeing a big growth is what's called DevSecOps, which is the introduction of security into the DevOps type processes. And that really means embedding the controls for security compliance within the application, so the cloud ecosystem, or within the delivery pipeline, shifting left so that the controls are within the control of the developer, within the pipeline that's delivering applications. And that's really addressing one of the problems that we've had in the past, where as people try to introduce new technologies like cloud, they're finding that they're not necessarily getting the agility that they were promised. And that's mostly because there are legacy security controls that are getting in the way. So introducing frictionless security allows them to apply the same security controls, but without the friction that they used to get with the legacy controls. So we're seeing a big growth in areas like frictionless security to try and create the agility within the security world that allows the overall delivery and deployment of applications within cloud and things like that. And then bringing AI back into that conversation, we're seeing that AI is still very useful in these sorts of areas where you can start to use generative AI technologies to help you in your QA testing, generating test code that can validate the security compliance of your applications. So as we've seen throughout this conversation, the AI is touching almost everything that we're doing in all of these areas.
Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights into the technology trends that are shaping our future. And thank you to our listeners for joining us today. Do stay tuned for the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Synechron State of Tech podcast. Don't forget to like and share this episode, and subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest and innovative technologies savvy businesses need to know about. To learn more about Synechron, head to our website at www.synechron.com. Stay tuned.